Hi, it's Vicky here and welcome to the third day of my week featuring paper Smooches stamps. Today I'm working with a cute stamp set that is called Hoodies and it comes with 3 different owls and branches, and I'm going to create a tree here. So I'm going to stamp this branch, but I make sure not to stamp the edge. So I'm making up my stamp and I'm going to use this white cardstock which is textured. This is white wood grain textured cardstock by Simon's Stamp, and now I'm drawing with my pencil lines to create my tree. I'll go over the pencil lines with my marker. I'm using a fine tip marker here by Faber-Castell, and this is permanent, so it works perfectly for later on when I'll go ahead and use my distress inks to color the tree. So I'll take my time now and cut out the tree with my scissors. Once I've cut out the tree, it's time to use my distress inks and try to bring out the texture of this cardstock. So first of all, I make sure to cover the whole cardstock with distress ink, and at this point I'm pressing too hard so I have a nice and saturated color on my cardstock. I need to press hard because this is a textured cardstock and I want the ink to go all over. And now I'm using a darker ink, and this time I don't press the blending tool at all. And so by doing this technique I only color the raised edges of my cardstock. This technique really brings the tree to life. Today's card isn't clean and simple. I'm trying to create a scene here. So now it's time to clean up my surface and I'll go ahead and create my sky. To create my sky, I'm using this white cardstock and I'll be cutting out these cute clouds from another stamp set which is called Spectrum. I'm actually going to feature this stamp set tomorrow, and the stamp set comes together with matching dies, so I'm going to stamp these cute little clouds and then cut them out with the matching dies. I'm trying to place the clouds there, and once I decide where I want them to go, I'll go ahead and pass it through my cuttle bag. And once I've cut out my clouds, I'll go over the whole cardstock using broken china just to create my background. I'm not doing any specific techniques here. I'll just make sure to add my distress ink all over the background. The idea here is to stick the clouds back in their place, but to make that I need to have a background for them to stick, so I'm just using a piece of scrap paper there, which I'm going to stick at the back. You can see that at the back I had a failed attempt of stamping the clouds. By doing so, now I have a base so I can go ahead and stick the clouds back in, and this will create a one-layer background. Clouds and tree is in its place, so it's time to go ahead and stamp the owl. I'm going for the mid-low there. You can see that there are 3 different sizes, and I'm stamping it with black ink twice. I'll go ahead and use my sponge dabbers and some orange distressing. I'm not being very specific, I'll just go all over the owl, and then I'll use a sponge dabber that I use for darker colors, like the one I use for browns, and without using any ink pad, I'll just use whatever is on the dabber and go around the edges just to create a shadow and bring my owl to life. This is super quick coloring, and as you can see, I don't mind if I go all over the eyes, because I plan to cut out the eyes from the second owl that I stamped earlier. This is the second set of eyes that I cut out from the second owl, and I'm going all over the eyes with a black marker just to make them pop out. I also noticed at the end of the video, the photo, where you can see that I've added two little white dots that really make a difference. So that's I popped out the eyes using foam squares at the back, and I'm using again another foam square to stick it on top of the tree. And now my little scene is ready, so it's time to stamp the sentiment. This sentiment that says "Who loves you" is again from this same stamp set, and now it's time to use my favorite heart punch. I'm using an ink pad, and I'm just wiping it in white scrap paper there, and I've punched out some hearts, and after deciding where I want them to go, I'll stick them down using my liquid glue. Notice the photos at the end of the video, where you can see that I've actually went over the clouds and the hearts using my Wink of Stella glitter pen. And now I'm using the same technique again, and wiping a scrap paper with green distressing, and I'll just go ahead and cut out some leaves. I'm not doing anything special here, I'll just cut out leaves randomly, and I'm going to stick them down with liquid glue again. To add some dimension on the leaves, I make sure to bend them just a bit. Sticking the leaves down will finish my little scene, so I'll then go ahead and stick it down to a card base, which is a standard card that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. All the supplies used in this video are listed just below the video in the details area. Also, there is a giveaway on my blog, so make sure to visit and enter your name for a chance to win $25 gift certificate to the online Paper Smooches store. So that was the card for today. I hope you had fun and got inspired. Make sure to join me tomorrow for another card featuring Paper Smooches.